This video is either going to be titled something like, what if Rome was never an empire, or what if Gaul was never conquered? I'm not sure which one yet, but you'll find out soon enough. Or you probably already have, since you're watching the video. Anyway, this is Post Finem, a mod that is probably not out yet, considering I don't know when I'm releasing this, but January 17th, that's the release date. It was made predominantly by Chewy, you've probably watched some of his stuff before, and it's one of those alt histories that's like almost entirely incomprehensible. The divergence point is presumably with the First Punic War. If you know anything about Roman history, especially Roman Republic history, the rise of Rome was very much not a guaranteed thing, and it's actually kind of miraculous that it even happened in the first place. So it's not that crazy to think that, you know, maybe Rome just didn't build good enough ships, because in the First Punic War, Rome actually had no ships. Like, no military ships at all. And then, you know, there was the whole Hannibal thing. That wasn't even in the First Punic War. So overall, not outside the realm of possibility, in which case, of course, Carthage becomes an empire. Rome never really rises to become an empire, instead creating like a HRE type of thing over here. Carthage eventually collapses under its weight, but you can see its influence that it had with all the Punic everywhere. Even Rome is Punic. But instead of lore dumping for the next 30 minutes, how about we actually play the game? I wish I could tell you what's going on in Gaul here, but to be honest, I have absolutely no idea. Clearly though, Gaul has unified into a kingdom, or a canton, which is a kingdom, and obviously managed to resist Carthage for, well, about 1,000 years, I'm pretty sure is how long Carthage lasted in this timeline. We do have a unique mechanic Gallic centralization, which is really interesting, both mechanically and also kind of like as a parallel to the decentralized nature of actual France in this time period. Increasing centralization doesn't seem to be that difficult, and I imagine it's probably one of our main goals. Yeah, so we definitely need a lot of centralization to get rid of one of our estate privileges that we don't like. There's this one, which gives us 15 minimum autonomy, and there's this one, which does the exact same thing. And since we need more crown land than that estate, we should probably not give them either primacy here or increase levies. In fact, handing out privileges at all decreases our centralization. That's a problem. Seems like one of the only things that doesn't do that would be this. This actually wouldn't be such a bad idea either. Hold on a second, what if I click this? That should be enough to, yeah, we should just complete that immediately, actually. Okay, we also definitely have to increase our stability, because that's one of the things that helps. We'll also take a dev cost guy, because why not? We don't really have that much money. A lot of it's spent on like forts and the army. Now, for rivals, Carthage, Suebi, Celtica, Saxony. I have no idea how this is going to play out, so I'm gonna go for the weakest countries that neighbor me, actually, because there's not really much of a point otherwise. And then I guess we'll go for the next few weakest countries, which I'm assuming are probably Saxony and maybe Celtica? Yeah, we'll go with that. Oh, trade's different. Yeah, I probably should have expected that. Well, actually, on one hand, it doesn't seem too different. These are both still end nodes, but instead, you can actually get stuff from Lombardy, which is not usually the case, and same with this node. Actually, this isn't even an end node. Is this the only end node? Ah, no, Carthage is one, that makes sense. So in other words, as France, our home node still sucks. As for the rest of the estates, I'm gonna go for really anything that doesn't decrease my centralization. So we'll go with this. You don't really have a lot to go off of. I'm wondering if maybe it's okay to sacrifice a little bit here, just so I can get that loyalty equilibrium up high enough. Yeah. So it seems the first thing we have to do is fight pretty much nobody, because by rebuilding the army, we will get 10 more Gallic centralization, which will be enough to finish off this mission, and then of course we can finish off this mission down here, and probably a couple others. Oh yeah, religion. Okay, so we're playing Druidic, as you probably could have guessed, but it seems to have mostly replaced Orthodox in game mechanics, so like we can dedicate land, which gives us 5 Druid authority. Now that I think about it, I think it does the exact same thing as consecrating a metropolitan. But anyway, we get more Druidic authority, we get to spend it on things, so pretty much Orthodox. So it was a bit of a slow start, but we do gain our Gallic centralization, and most importantly, we don't have to wait for manpower anymore. That would allow us to finish this election support for Dago Carantus, but we would only get guiding the Confederation until the death of our current leader, and this guy is, yeah, a little bit up there. Might actually be a better idea to wait for him to die. Oh. I was going to say, anyway, in the meantime, we can go to war and stuff, but yep, never mind. So this event is clearly very important, because if we want to go down the absolute Gallic monarchy path, which I kind of do, then we need the dynasty Carantus, which is the current dynasty, but if I wanted to go down this other path here for the sake of getting more centralization, then it would probably replace that dynasty. since this guy is in power right now, I'm gonna click this button first, and then we'll take the top option, which will reduce our centralization. Speaking of reducing centralization, we might have to click this button, even though I kind of don't want to. I don't even think having low centralization is that big of a deal, so we're gonna click it. Okay, we've surpassed one of these guys. I guess we'll go with someone else who's not that strong. Or maybe Swebby. I have a feeling we're gonna have to kill this guy. Okay, now we can finish this off, which will give us a little bit more land, although I don't really want to give away any of the point privileges yet. They all reduce like a lot of centralization, and I don't like that. You know, I was going to say something about going to war now, so I hired another general. What is this? Are you kidding me? Well, anyway, you know, another thing I probably should do is I will upgrade this guy, which completes a mission down here, the Gallic Treasury. It gives us 15 centralization, which is really nice considering centralization actually does do stuff that I wasn't paying attention to, like reducing my discipline. That's pretty significant. From this guy down here, all I really want is this one province because I do have an estate agenda to grab these 3. Otherwise, I don't particularly care. While this guy has surrendered, I'm probably just gonna loot a little bit longer. And now that I've looted everything, we can take all of Belgica. That'll finish off this mission. Now, if we want to align the druids, all we have to do is grab a couple of metropolitans. So we'll put one in the capital, we'll put one right here, and I guess we can put one, I don't know, here. That'll be enough for this. We will lose 25 Gallic centralization, which sucks, but I think the less we have actually, the faster it recuperates. So I think that's actually fine. Anyway, we'll take the stab cost guy and bump him up to level 2. Finally, we can take some land back again, although I'm not really sure. Maybe I should sell titles. Actually, never mind. We do need at least 40% crown land for this mission, so we have to keep it. Hold on a second. It takes 50 druid authority to commit to a new course. Are these permanent? Because if these are permanent, that's really, really good. It's only 10% more state maintenance. It's not even that expensive. Well, why don't we find out? Okay, so it costs 50, but only lasts 20 years. Okay, so not exactly what I thought it would be. And honestly, I do like the unrest and manpower, so I might just keep this. Okay, that last guy died. That wasn't very long, but okay. We get a new king, and we finish off a mission for electing the same dynasty twice and having at least 40% crown land. So this will give us the absolute Gallic monarchy, and will prevent rebels from spawning when seizing land, which is really good, actually. Here we go, the Renaissance. It does kind of make you wonder what the version of Renaissance would be in this timeline. In real life, the Renaissance was a lot of like rediscovering old Roman and Greek stuff, but like there really wasn't a lot of Roman and Greek stuff in this timeline, was there? Well, maybe Greek stuff, except Macedon is kind of still around, so anyway, maybe it's Carthaginian stuff, I don't know. Anyway, I'm a little bit curious about governing capacity and Gallic centralization. You know, we're not expanding that much, especially for a country that's this big at the beginning. And a good reason for that is the centralization. If we want to take land rights to get more governing capacity, that's going to cost centralization. If we go over the governing cap, that's also going to cost us centralization. The real question is it like every 20 points of additional governing capacity gives us 0.1? Is that it? I don't know. I guess we'll find out. So we went from plus 0.02 to plus 0.06, which means in total we lost like what? 1 centralization each month? I guess that's not terrible, but also we need to fill out the governing capacity, right? So if we conquer more land, then we lose more centralization. Kind of a tough one. Anyway, that being said, we don't particularly care about any of these allies here, so we'll just peace them out. Same thing with this guy. Alright, we get more centralization, perfect, more perma claims, we love that. Tier 1 reform in this case, because I'm not taking the levies, we'll go ahead and grab the manpower one. So if I have too much aggressive expansion with these guys, and I have a little bit over here, I guess what I should do is go down south a little. And to do that, we need to dev this province twice. We get those perma claims, and then we can invade this guy. And although I don't have a lot of manpower, I don't think this guy will be an issue. Get him, boys. Also, as it turns out, if we increase the development of this one province to 15, then we'll get significantly more Renaissance out of it. And it looks like we might be able to get the Renaissance without having to spawn it entirely, which would be really nice. Okay, this might sound stupid, but I think I'm starting to figure out the centralization thing. I thought you wanted to have it very passively tick up, but I'm kind of wrong about that. I think what you really want is to kind of balance it around the middle. And while sure you can have like a slight decrease each month, you can counteract that by simply developing provinces. So in a weird way, you might have to balance playing both wide and tall, which isn't something I've really thought about before. Certainly not something I've had to play through before. Okay, we should be able to finish this off now. That's maximum money. I'm gonna take all this territory, even though it might cause a couple of problems. It's December, so those problems will, well, some of them will probably disappear. Ooh, that's pretty big. Anyway, it's been like 15 years. Let's check on the world, see how things are going. Britain is starting to consolidate a little bit. In fact, I do have plans to invade one of these two pretty soon, especially because this guy's invading. Carthage is starting its resurgence, which was kind of expected. The fact that they have an end trade node means, yeah, it's kind of what we would expect out of them. Macedonia, mostly the same. Really surprised with Saxony actually kind of popping off a little bit. I rivaled them thinking they wouldn't get anywhere, and now they're on my border, so that's fun. Anyway, while these two are being invaded, I should probably strike while the iron's hot. Really? Oh, never mind. That's perfectly fine. You just let them die. That's okay. So, this is everything I'm going to take from Trimivantes. If I took more, that would be a larger coalition that I can't be bothered to deal with. Plus, I'm going to invade this guy as well. Fortunately, because these guys pieced out, we're not going to have to worry about sharing war score. So, what I'll take is all this stuff. It should finish off 2 missions, I think, including one, which is fairly important. There will be a slight coalition, but I don't think it's that bad. I mean, on the other hand, I don't actually know any of these countries. Maybe it's terrible. Maybe I'll die from this. I don't know. Could happen. Okay, that gives us Lord of the Celtic Channel. That's 50 trade power in the Celtic Sea for the rest of the game, plus a couple of permaclaims. Presumably, a couple of permaclaims that are in the region I just conquered, maybe, but also maybe not. Oh, right, okay. I was only looking at this stuff. I didn't realize that we actually kind of do need the rest of this. Okay, well, that's fine. I can't believe I missed some of these missions. These are actually really easy to upgrade. Wait a second. Okay. I mean, I guess it's more accurate. So by developing this one province to 15 dev, we can increase its trade center level by 1. The thing is, it's already a level 2, so in theory, we should get a level 3 here. Nice. As for everything else, we really just need 10 development in 5 woods provinces. That'll give us access to woodland expansion, which reduces the development cost in woods and forest. Very nice. Although, I'm wondering, is it going to take centralization? No, in fact, it does the opposite. Interesting. That's really nice. And in fact, it would have been really nice to know a little bit earlier, but I'll take it. Well, in that case, I won't feel nearly as bad about taking religious state, because you know what? I kind of do want to take it. So for the first idea group, this might sound stupid, but I'm thinking admin ideas, or possibly liberty ideas, because they are, by design, absolutely cracked. And if you combine them with espionage ideas, you get another 2.5% admin efficiency. Interesting. But the governing capacity would be really nice if we pick up admin ideas, because a good portion of whether or not we can have any sort of centralization depends on how much governing capacity we have. You know what? An offer of knowledge sharing is not even that bad of an idea. Yeah, I'll take it. So it may have taken a little bit longer than I was hoping, but finally, we can embrace the institution, which means we can take this and that, and we can upgrade some centers of trade, probably gonna go with the ones in the capital, first and foremost. I can't believe this entire time I forgot to reduce autonomy. The entire video, that's actually kind of embarrassing. Well, anyway, I think we do have the manpower and the fleet to take on this alliance over here. It's kind of weird that Saxony is guaranteeing this guy when Saxony took a giant chunk out of him, but whatever. We're going to need that chunk too, so I guess that's fine. Wait, hold on a second. This guy also has 5 heavies? Where did you get 5 heavies from? Hold on a second. You aren't supposed to have 5 heavies. You have like 3 ducats of income. This isn't even the English Channel anymore. Fine, I'll build 7 heavies. Okay. Perfect. It seems like we don't have anything for ourselves. Oh, Saxony gets fort defense. Yeah, that explains a lot. Okay. It's my guess that we would get something else later, if we even get to see that later. I don't know. Anyway, let's take that. So I've built up a few more ships. We now have 9 heavies. Probably still won't be enough because apparently we just suck. So because Saxony is such a pain to siege down, I think I can let go of a little bit of money. Yeah, I do need these provinces. Actually, do I need more than that? No, it's just these 2. Okay, we'll grab those then. Well, that certainly took longer than I was hoping for. Maybe this guy will finally surrender at that point. Or I guess we could just do this. After all, I'm not full annexing them. I'm just taking this stuff over here. Just sell some crown land, take some back, pay off my loans, and I'm actually just gonna go ahead and release a country, Frisia, because I can't exactly afford to core all this stuff, nor do I exactly have the governing capacity. And then you can have this, and you can have that. There we go. It's a good thing I recorded this in 2 parts, because there were a couple things that had to be addressed. Turns out the Druid Authority thing costing 50 points was a decimal error. It was supposed to be 5, but I made a couple of rebalance suggestions, so now it costs 10, and it is a little bit harder to actually get them out of this now. Now you need 25 instead of 20 dev. The vanilla requirement is 30 development for Orthodox. In the mod, it was 20, now it's 25. There might be a few more changes I'm forgetting, but anyway, should be a little bit nicer to play now. Anyway, since we can select something now, I'm gonna go with this one. I confirmed that the idea is supposed to be like a balance between tall and wide, so you're supposed to be developing a whole lot in order to keep your centralization, since this mechanic never goes away. Wait a minute. Is that a base game event? I don't think I've seen this. Based? Okay. Hold on a second. Wait a minute. Something here's not right. I don't think that's supposed to happen multiple times. If it happens a third time, I'm gonna ask Chewy about it. Okay, yeah, something's definitely wrong here. Okay, this is a bit game breaking, but it might take a bit of time to get fixed, so, you know, early access, everybody. It keeps happening. I don't know what to do about this. If it stops on its own, we're good. If it doesn't, I'll abdicate this guy, and hopefully it doesn't keep happening. Okay, not exactly promising. Here, maybe I can go to war and it'll fix it? Nope, that didn't do it. Okay. Oh, shoot, right, you can't abdicate while you're at war. I'm stupid. Alright, well, it's just this one guy. Should be really quick. Or you know what? Let me just go ahead and restart the game, maybe. I don't know why I thought that would fix it. Okay, to exchange a couple of points, I'm gonna barrage this. Okay, let's just go ahead and full annex him. I'm gonna have to fix this somehow. Okay, the only solution I can think of is that this guy is probably triggering it through something that's not supposed to happen. Maybe it's his age, maybe it's... honestly, I have no idea. So, hopefully, to see if it'll fix it, I'm going to abdicate. Very painful, but I don't see another way of fixing that. Did we fix it? Nope. Okay, alright. I think we're at a point where I would consider this, unplayable. So, if the video keeps going, it's gonna be after I fix it. If it doesn't, then I'll see you guys in the next video. Okay, so it's still open here, but in theory, it shouldn't happen anymore. Apparently, it was because, you know, these mechanics are kind of borrowed from Orthodox, and Orthodox has events, depending on which of these icons you select. And guess which one pops up for the 5th one? So obviously, I still have to take this. And in theory, it shouldn't happen again. Okay, a whole month passed by, we're good, it's been fixed. Just ignore the fact that I may or may not have used it to take an entire idea. Now, despite the fact that I don't really want to core all that much for the moment, I'm still going to invade this guy. I'm probably just gonna release someone. Like this guy, maybe. I don't know. The enemy does have Tech 6, but I don't think that's that big of an issue. You know what, even though I usually take the bottom option, just to balance out all that stability I got for free, I'm just gonna take the stab. Oh, wait a second, you surrendered? That sucks. I just want to get rid of this guy's alliance with Norway, so if I can do that, then I'll leave. Okay, that looks pretty good to me. I'll come back and destroy this guy later. As for you, I'm sure nobody would mind if I full annexed you, right? Oh, ignore that. I'm sure it's fine. Let's release this guy, which will allow me to get strong duchies. Wait a second, strong duchies gives you centralization. Not to sound crazy or anything, but if you have strong duchies, it sounds like you have a rather decentralized country. I don't know, maybe that's just me. In any case, that's helpful for us. I recently learned, by being told this directly, that I do want to upgrade this war camp because it also gives me centralization. I didn't even look at it, so that was nice to know. Well, now that we have at least a little bit of centralization each month, I think I'm gonna go ahead and maybe get an extra point or two. Let's go with this one. Actually, could I do both? I feel like I probably could do both. Yeah, you know what? I am gonna do both. And what I'm going to do instead is, instead of strengthening noble privileges, I'm going to curtail them to reduce 20 influence. Now that we have more than enough manpower, frankly. Well, that's the end of admin ideas. We should have governing capacity for quite a while, and it should help us with our centralization. I guess the Renaissance did spread far enough. Okay, we can start the Golden Era after I take this. Oh, I just realized we're gonna have to... Oh god. Dev tax. We don't really have much of a choice. But fortunately, after that, we can dump a couple of points into military and production. You know what? Kinda do want that money, actually. Let me just sell some titles. Use that money to commission a biography. I don't know what that means, but we're gonna do it. Now we can easily take some land back. And I think we're ready to just destroy this guy. Ah, here we go. That's a whole system I wasn't expecting. And legitimacy, 40 splendor, chance of stability, and a bit of prestige. That's a whole lot of words. Too bad I ain't gonna read them. Until Italy unifies, I'm not sure if I care too much about this region, really. I figure it's like kind of like the HRE, but not, in the sense where I'm pretty sure they're supposed to actually like form a country at some point. I don't know, maybe not, maybe I'm lying. Now, for the next idea group, I know I'm one of those countries that's supposed to colonize. There just isn't really like a lot here. Actually, it seems like I could probably complete this mission right now. Yeah, that doesn't actually seem that hard. Since we have discovered the New World, technically, it's just kind of weird. In theory, we don't have to take exploration ideas. Am I going to? Probably, yeah. When it comes to mods, I tend to do whatever the mod really wants me to do. And I have a feeling this is probably it. Anyway, if I build 4 more lights, then in theory, we should be able to finish this, which will allow us to recruit explorers and conquistadors, and it'll give us a colonist, and that's nice. On the other hand, if I do recruit an explorer, then I get benefits, which I don't like as much. Wait, hold on a second. A league war this early in the game? I don't know if I'm ready for this. Punic League, Romana League. Wait, isn't my ally part of the Romana League? Wait, yeah, my ally's part of that. He's the leader of it, in fact. Means I'll probably get called in anyway. Okay, yeah, I'm not really sure if I want to get involved in this whole thing. On one side is one of my allies, but other people I don't really care about. On the other side is another one of my allies, and somebody I don't feel like fighting right now. You know what, they can just fight each other, it's fine. Okay, I think I'll leave things right about there for this war. We're in no rush to destroy them. Simu, on the other hand, sorry dude, you just got unlucky. We have enough lights, so we can finish this off. It allows us to recruit explorers and conquistadors and gives us an extra colonist. Naturally, I'm gonna go with repression policy, as I always do. These 3 guys can get an explorer, then head out and explore. I don't know, it doesn't really matter to be honest. Oh, the Azores are open to take. Okay, I'm grabbing those, for sure. And I'll be taking that, thank you. That completes this mission, which upgrades our dedicating land button. Very helpful. But it does mean that we get to finish this mission for 10 permanent power projection, a permaclaim on all of Celtica, which for reference is the name for Britain in this timeline. So we get a permaclaim on all of Britain, and it allows us to shift some of the Celtic cultures into the Gallic group. Look at that, isn't that nice? So let's say we wanted to integrate the Cornish group. We would have to accept it, we would have to have 15 development in 2 of the provinces, and we'd have to convert them to Druidic, although yes, they start as Druidic. That doesn't seem that hard. Definitely lends credence to the idea that you're supposed to be developing a lot as this country. So it's not all expansion, a lot of it is developing, which is kind of nice. Good change of pace. Reminds me a lot of Ming, actually. Getting a lot of Ming vibes from this country. You start off big, one of the strongest powers. You have some problems that you have to solve before you can really expand. When you do expand, it's like not that much, and you are encouraged to do a lot of developing. Anyway, there isn't really a problem with developing this land, I don't think. Although we do have to accept Cornish, so I will have to get rid of something. Sorry, guys. So each province is at 15 dev, we press this button, and it moves the Irish culture group. Something here does not seem quite right. Just give me a second here. Oh wow, look, it's been magically fixed. I wonder how that could have possibly happened. Anyway, so this creates a new culture, Dumnoni, and in theory that gets added to the Gallic group. The only problem, of course, is that we don't have enough development to become an empire, which means all of our actual culture group cultures aren't accepted yet, so we can't really do that very much. We are relatively close though, we have 800 development. Also, just because I can, I'm gonna declare war on these guys. Wait. Hold on. Give me a second. That is certainly something. How you doing there, bud? Yeah. I don't think I would lose stability by saying yes, but I also don't particularly care. Like whether or not the Federation is led by Italia or Roma doesn't matter to me, because either way, I'm going to kill them. Also, I think I'd like to use this opportunity to attack some of the larger members. It's not like they're going to be well defended. They're already at war. It's like kind of helping, sort of, but not directly. As for this guy, we can't full annex him, tragically. But what we can do is try to take as much as possible, because I have the kind of feeling that this guy is going to invade them next, and I don't want them to take all of this stuff, maybe just this. And if they don't invade them, it'll be a shorter truce anyway. Oh. What do you know? Who could have predicted that? Since it's still the age of discovery, I feel comfortable selling some titles even though we don't have that much crown land. So since I do now have the range, I'm gonna move one of my colonists, just maybe put down another colony. Doesn't really matter where, I'm just gonna check where things go. Caribbean goes to Pictonia. Where's Pictonia? Oh yeah, that works, okay. Yeah, we can work with the Caribbean. Yo, I didn't even notice, this guy is crazy cheap. Hold on a second. Can I get you up to level 5? Easily. Okay, so one thing that I kind of want to do is upgrade Stonehenge level 2, which actually means... Oh, right, I have to wait for this first. Okay, that's fine. Really? 166. That's actually really good. I mean, not in the admin, but otherwise. Please don't die. Okay, we're chilling. Unlike this guy, he's dead. Yeah, this guy has increasingly been a thorn in my side. He even took exploration and expansion. We can't have that. Sieging this fort is like walking on a path of Legos, so I'm just gonna try to get this over with as quickly as possible. Okay, so, let me deal with this first. There we go. Bro, hold on a second. They just got that siege on a 7% in 55 days. Well, neat trick. if we get there before the end of December, we can take it back in 2 siege ticks, so it's fine. Since they only have 100 garrison, we wait 1 siege tick, which will reduce the garrison to below 100, and then if you have less than 100 garrison, it is a free siege. Watch this. 99 garrison, minus 21%. There you go. There goes the capital. I guess we could pay for a bit of professionalism. I do like professionalism. This probably isn't so bad of an idea, right? Yeah, I'm gonna take that. It is part of the HRE, or the Italian Federation. Yeah, that thing. I'm sure it's fine. Tragic. Okay, yeah, looks like Rome won. Well, it doesn't really matter to me. Chances are they would have become Punic anyway. And with that being the last battle, we've pretty much won. Now, from these guys, I know this is gonna be a little bit of aggressive expansion, but I feel like I've scaled so much that there aren't really any countries that could fight us. Maybe some countries combined could fight us, like, I don't know, Carthage, Saxony, and Kashubia. Maybe. Or, well, actually, there's the Italian Federation. If I attacked these guys, it would be, like, suicide, so... Well, actually, they lost a lot of men in that war. Like, a lot of men in that war. Maybe I could fight them. Well, that's not today. Main point is, this shouldn't be a problem. Ah yes, beautiful name placement. Anyway, we can sell some more titles, see some more land back. That'll allow us to pay off all the loans. Sounds good. So after taking all of that land and doing a little bit of developing, I've gotten us to exactly 1,000 dev, so I can press this button. And as an empire, we are a union of the Gallic culture group, which is huge. I mean, look at all these cultures, it's massive. The ones down here with 0% are the ones that we're going to be creating. And it means we can also open ourselves to accepting more cultures. As for this mission, I would press it, except Stonehenge would go up by 1 level, and I'm currently upgrading that to level 2, so I would prefer to wait until it's level 2 to instantly make it level 3 for free. And honestly, that's probably a good place to end things off. Having defeated what I consider to be our main rival, Swebby, and reaching the rank of an empire, I think it makes for a natural stopping point. I'm not sure about a part 2, some part of me wants to make a part 2, but another part of me wants to not spoil everything so you guys can actually explore a bit of this once the mod comes out. Like, we've really only gotten through maybe half the missions, so there's definitely still a lot here. I don't want to promise a like number and then have it be reached in like 11 months, so I'm not going to give a specified number. But if there are a lot of likes on the video, like more than normal, then I'll consider it. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. This is Corbett signing off, and as always, have a fantastic day. A big thank you to all the patrons this month who receive early access to videos. In particular, thank you Baby Cal, Nick Steffel, Cubrute, Rafał, Outgone Regions, Quiet Guy, Torvalved, Ambient Cyan, Robert Caleno, James Levy, Luke78776, Chewy Shoot, The Watcher, Brova, Robert, and Jamie.